so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much.
Hello, all you positive heads out there. Thanks for tuning your beautiful brainwaves into another episode of the Positive Head Podcast, where we are firmly convinced that creating success and happiness is rooted in understanding the ultimate nature of reality and the fact that as human beings, we are all immensely powerful fractals of the one and only source consciousness, which creates and animates all things. Now, of course, understanding this powerful truth is one thing. Applying this incredibly empowering wisdom to everyday life? Well, that's another, which is exactly why we provide you with a fresh serving of soul food for thought 5 days a week to help constantly remind you of what matters most. You are it. And I'm your host, Brandon Beecham. I'm the reflection and extension of you who will be here each Wednesday interviewing a different consciousness changemaker. And on the other 4 weekdays, leading the way to ensure that your perspective is consistently expanded, your vibration is constantly elevated, and your heart is overflowing and full. Also, before we jump into today's episode, I'd like to take a moment to tell you about a few sponsors that not only help to make it possible to produce this show 5 days a week, but that I'm also genuinely passionate about promoting, especially since they're helping to fund all the cool projects we have in the works, such as the Positive Head app, the docuseries that I'm intending to begin shooting within the next year, and whatever else we dream up over here at Positive Headquarters to help spread consciousness across the planet. Now, if you're short on time or just super excited for today's topic and want to dive right in and skip these ads, feel free to fast forward about
4 minutes
to get right into today's show. That being said, I strongly encourage you to listen because the reason I'm passionate about my sponsors is because they've made a huge impact in my own life, which is why I've aligned with these organizations. And I firmly believe they can do the same for you too. The first longtime stellar supporter of the show that I want to mention is Gaia. If you're not familiar, Gaia is the go-to source for streaming consciousness content online with over 8,000 video titles. And you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positivehead. That's spelled GAIA.com/positivehead. The second sponsor I'm extremely passionate about promoting is Purium. It's no mystery that bringing your mind, body, and spirit into balance is necessary if a person truly intends to manifest the greatest and greatest version of themselves. And as of recording this, it's been about 4 months since I started taking the Purium Core 4 superfood products every day. And I can honestly and sincerely say my mind, body, and spirit have never felt more in alignment. If you've been looking for a way to easily get superfoods into your system every day with a simple plan that can help you reestablish a healthier foundation and relationship with food, I cannot recommend for you to start with the Purium 40-Day Ultimate Nutrition Plan, which includes a 10-day metabolic reset and cleanse enough. I spent personally months researching Purium before I jumped in, and now myself and over 150 other positive heads have started with the 40-Day Ultimate Nutrition Plan, and many of us have continued taking the Core 4 products on an ongoing basis daily ever since. I personally intend to take them for the rest of my life because they played a huge role transforming my vibrational state. If you decide to do it, it'll cost you just over $7 a day for the first 40 days and only about $5 a day after. But if you do it the way that I recommend you to do it, the smartest and most beneficial way, it won't cost you anything. I recommend you to just look at where you can reallocate money you are already spending on food each day. Essentially, you're just going to swap out the unhealthiest stuff you're in the habit of purchasing in exchange for Purium superfoods. And this way, it costs you nothing to participate in the transformation and cleanse. And it creates exponential benefit because now you've replaced something that lowers your vibration with something that is going to make you feel super high in the healthiest kind of way. Just take a few minutes, see where you can cut out $5 to $7 a day and commit to doing it. It's that simple. Also, for support, we'll be doing a big group transformation with other positive heads and soul family once each month for support. So I recommend, going right now, ordering your 40-day Ultimate Nutrition Plan bundle so that you have it when the next group transformation starts. Procrastination is not your friend. Order it now. You can thank me later, because I can assure you, you will not be sorry you've decided to send a message to the universe that you're ready to step up your vibrational game and reclaim your health sovereignty. Just head over to ishoppurium.com. That's spelled ISHOPPURIUM.com. Be sure to use the code POSITIVEHEAD, all one word, for either $50 off or a 25% discount, whichever is greater. And also, if you want to learn more details about the Purium products, why I'm so passionate about promoting them beforehand, you can go check out several videos I shot discussing these things in greater detail. You can also hear my interview with the very inspiring founder, David Sandoval. Much, much more over at positivehead.com/transformation. All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we grow again. It is October 1st here in the studio as I record, 2018. That's the time, according to my telephone here. That's what they tell me anyway. It's October 1st, 2018. You may be hearing this in October 1st, 2088. Wouldn't that be a trip if someone just happens to tune in on that day randomly? It would make a lot of sense that this message is for you, right? There's a lot of synchronicity in today's episode, actually. I'm going to just share, I'm going to kind of freestyle it today. Some days I have a little bit more of an idea than others going in. I like to freestyle as much as possible and just see what comes through. And there's been some cool synchronicity in the last few days. So I'm going to start sharing some of that and then just see where I meander with my thoughts. Let's see. So the last daily episode I recorded was episode 783, titled The Path is the Goal. And I read a Hunter S. Thompson quote. I, randomly chose what I would talk about, whatever I felt bubbled up that morning. And I read, if you recall at the top of it, for those of you who heard it, or if you go back and hear it, I read the Hunter S. Thompson quote: "Life's journey is not to arrive at the grave safely in a well-preserved body, but rather to skid in sideways, totally worn out, shouting, 'Holy shit, what a ride!'" And funny enough, man, I was, as you guys hear me talk about my son all the time and his pursuit of acting, and he's just starting down that path, taking acting classes, just shot his second little student film that he's going to be submitting, with his friend. His best friend goes to NYU and film school, and so they just shot something they're going to be submitting to different film festivals, etc. And so anyway, I hear a lot about his acting and as he's learning in his classes and all the things he's doing. And so funny enough, Hunter S. Thompson, writer, most recently, I guess before his death, was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And anyway, Bradley had seen that recently. And so after I had recorded that day, later in the day, I come into his room and he's wearing the Hunter S. Thompson hat, the glasses. He's like fully embodying the character, the energy of Hunter S. Thompson for something that he's going to do later on in the day. And I'm like, what? Like, I literally just made my episode themed around this randomly and synchronistically. And here he is, like, fully embodying the energy of Hunter S. Thompson. When I walk in, he's reading something about Hunter S. Thompson. He's wearing the hat, the glasses, if you know the look. And I was just like, wow, what a trip. It just absolutely incredible how these energies, these threads of energy are just continue. The veil gets thinner and thinner and thinner. The connectivity gets more and more apparent. I mean, it's like all day, every day for me now. And that was just part of it. So then, let's see, maybe a day later, I think it was the very next day, my friend Koko, who was actually co-hosted the show a few weeks back, she posted an Instagram story where she was at a Modest Mouse show. And I just put, I messaged her, to it. I like Modest Mouse. I messaged, and don't you worry, we all float on, the song. Most of you probably heard it. And so I messaged that to her at night, right before I went to bed. Next morning, yesterday, I get up and there's a new review on iTunes. And so I checked the review, and it's all about synchronicity with that episode 783, The Path is the Goal, and it kind of tied all of it together. So I'll go ahead and read it. And you guys know I love my iTunes reviews. Not only do they help us to reach new people, but they certainly help to fuel my fire to continue this labor of love. And this one came in by Teresa B, and Teresa titled it Synchronicities. And she wrote, "Hey Brandon, I know how much you love hearing synchronicities, so I just had to write this one in. Sorry, this is long." As I was tuning into today's episode, The Path is the Goal, I was hit with multiple. First, I've been going through a lot of pain and depression after dealing with an epic setback that was out of my control. You said, "Here comes the rain." And wouldn't you know it, it's been rainy all week here in Nashville, Tennessee. I actually went to college in Nashville. Little tie-in. The sky mimicking my mood. Second, your Jim Carrey quote about depression spoke to me and also aligned with a video I was called to do on my Instagram page, which is starseed_tribe, yesterday. I talked about how we get cues from our bodies that let us know where we're at in alignment with our true self, higher self. Thirdly, I also read that same Tut quote yesterday in my inbox. Fourth, in line, as I was shuffling about getting ready this morning, I heard my inner voice say, "It's about the journey. You're not heading anywhere. This is not linear, so just enjoy it as it comes," which is basically the theme of this episode. And now to conclude this powerful synchronistic train, the Modest Mouse song, "Float On," popped in my head yesterday as I was searching for solace. You beautifully ended your episode saying, "We're floating along like musical notes." Thank you from the bottom of my heart for speaking to my soul and helping me to dance in the rain. I really needed to hear the perspective that it doesn't always matter what the outcome is. Success is not measured in this case by tangible things. The success for me personally was that I went all in, gave my all, overcame so many challenges, stepped in my power, learned how to stress breathe through your vacation vibration episode, manifested like a mofo, and positively impacted several people along the way. I was meant to go through the experience and will, as you said, have people high-fiving me at the end of going through this wild, crazy, beautiful ride. So I literally went to bed, messaging "We all float on" because Koko posted a picture of the Modest Mouse show, woke up to that review. It just it just keeps going on and on and on. It is such a beautiful, ever unfolding, drama that is playing out on the world stage. I mean, the energy of Hunter S. Thompson was flooding through my house, it's like, and that's something that Bradley's talking about, how as an actor, it's like he gets to be a channel. He gets to choose to bring in these energies, and he's just starting to have those experiences with his first few roles. And he's like, man, I'm really feeling the energy of this character. And it's like, you can do that with your own life. If you don't like the character, like the Jim Carrey quote she referenced there, Jim Carrey, what that was, I'll say it again today, is depression is your avatar telling you it's tired of being the character you're trying to play, right? That's what Jim said. And so when you realize all the world's a stage, you are here to play the character that you want to play. You don't want to play a character that you've been playing anymore. Guess what? You get to put on a whole new outfit. You get to put on a whole new energetic trajectory. It's just a choice by understanding how this unfolds. And, and the biggest underlying core of all that is understanding not only can you play any role and call in any energies that you want to call in, from this moment forward, you can recreate yourself anew in any given moment, but also understanding that everywhere you go, it's you, right? So it's all an extension of you. You have access to it all. This is the most empowering, beautiful story a soul could tell. And you're ready to understand and reconnect with all aspects of yourself, all these other yous, all these other avatars that you bump up against that are external, that are just you reflecting you back to you. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good cap and lined, with eyes severe and beard a formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again towards childish treble pipes, and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. That's William Shakespeare, y'all, and it's a good one. Sans teeth, sans eyes, without everything, right? Lest you become like a child, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven. Become like a child again. Enter that childish, as Eckhart Tolle said, that the real goal is to die before you die and find there is no death, right? So beautiful. And I'm going to just continue on this. All the world's a stage. I think another little synchronicity from Brooke sent me something. I'm sure some of you I think I played it maybe a year or so ago. The Great Dictator speech from Charlie Chaplin. And it's so powerful, talking about all of this stuff in, just a way that, that's why they call it the greatest speech ever made. And actually, maybe I'll play it now. Here's the cut with Hans Zimmer. And, this is actually another little tie-in. Of course, Charlie Chaplin, you guys have heard my story when I took Bradley on his 18th birthday recently, and I took him to get a reading from Colby Rebel, who's amazing, had so many incredible, medium psychic predictions, and she was like, basically predicting or saying that it's the first time she's ever connected with a celebrity spirit guide, and it was Charlie Chaplin, and that was my son's spirit guide. So pretty cool. Who knows for sure, but interesting. Of course, there's all kinds of tie-in we found after we looked into him more. Not only was he an incredible individual, but his mother, very similar scenario Charlie had with his mother that Bradley has with his. And so here he is, Charlie Chaplin, the Great Dictator speech. This is with Hans Zimmer's song Time, which is from the movie Inception. It's such a epic mashup. Take a listen.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. Those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people, And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Make this life a wonderful adventure, he said. O-N-E, wonderful adventure. There's only one of us. Ramana Maharishi said, he was asked, how should we treat others? His response, there are no others. You get to put on the next scene is up and ready and waiting for you. You get to put on whatever you want and know that everyone you bump up against is an extension of you. It's all you. Everywhere you go, you're there waiting for yourself. Isn't it so fun? Isn't it so exciting? If you are playing a character that is drab and depressed and down and out and woe is me, guess what? How many times have you seen the movie where the person is down and out and everything's worked against them and they're beat up? And guess what? That's the hero's journey. That's what you're supposed to go through. And you're supposed to be hearing this right now to inspire you to get in spirit, right? Inspiration? Get into your higher self. Allow your higher self to come through and to revive you where you stand. Revive you. Put on the next outfit that is the next scene of your epic life tale, your epic movie that is your existence. Last little tie-in here. I always license incredible music to play at the outro of each episode. And there was, I saw an actress, I watched a show, Poldark, that I just love. I love timepieces. I'm really, really drawn to it's based on novels that are based in the 1700s and very, very well done show. I recommend it. I just love stuff like that. I feel very drawn to that era and actually had someone perceive a life that I had in that time. It's the only past life recollection recounting I've had. I don't remember if I've shared that on the show. I probably did at some point. I share everything sooner or later, but I won't share it now. But I feel very drawn to that time and era. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna check this out, and I just love this show. And one of the main characters in it, an actor, Eleanor Tomlinson, instantly, you guys have heard me talk about, I see people sometimes and I'll feel connection between souls. And she reminded me so much of someone very dear to me, my ex Gabrielle. And I'm like, wow, there's just something about her that the same smile. There's just an energy signature there. And then I saw that she makes music and I was like, oh, I should license her music. I heard one song that I really liked and I was like, I should license it. So I was looking to go reach out and I was just talking about it yesterday when I was hanging out with a couple friends, and I mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, I really like the show, and I'm going to actually reach out to this actress/singer and probably license her music. I definitely can feel that energetic signature between this person and, Gabrielle. And what do you know? I then look up an interview. I find an interview just to see a little bit more about her. And she is working on a new movie about someone named Gabriella. So, of course, it just on and on and on. It's so fascinating when you start to see the energetic signatures between souls. It's like every time I will feel that now, it's like I'll then see all kinds of threads of connectivity. And it's just like the threads get more and more dramatic as I evolve and continue to expand. And the veil is certainly thinning. And it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dance that we are all participating in. I am you, you are me. Thank you for being. I have a song to leave you with. I would play the Eleanor Tomlinson. That's the name of the actress I was just referencing, but haven't gotten a license yet, but I will play that soon, assuming I can get a license to play it. In the meantime, I have such a beautiful track. One of my favorite singer-songwriters ever, Ayla Nerio. This one is a very dear, dear song to me. I played it a while back, a couple years ago. It's time again. I'm ready. It deserves another spin. This is called Lifebound Friend. Until next time, my lifebound friends, journey well. Love you all so, so much. Also, if you're craving more consciousness elevating content, be sure to check out Gaia, which is my personal go-to source for streaming consciousness content on the web, where you can stream an incredible 7,000 plus exclusive videos covering 5,000 years of wisdom. As you all hear me constantly say, it's a daily conscious effort to maintain an elevated vibration. And if you're looking to journey deep down the rabbit hole to do so, then Gaia is the best place I know of to do it, period. And you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positivehead. That's spelled GAIA.com/positivehead. Check it out.
Can you tell